Okay, guys, vid 100. This is for the newbies. My grip. Here's how I grip the club. I put my left hand on like this. It's in my fingers, it's not my palms. Okay. The thumb is not on top of the shaft; it's on the side, but it's the pad is looking at the ground as I hold it like this. Okay. Right hand comes in here. And I'll take this part of my right hand, right here, that little fold, and I'll put it right against that thumb. Mine is usually kind of a half-ass overlap grip, okay? And if I really want to overlap it, I'll just hook it in there. Do not use you can use a 10 or an 8-finger grip, but never use an interlocking grip because it locks up your wrist. Okay, that's my grip. Vertical balance golf was designed to keep all of our joints, all of our muscle, all of our tendons, all of our planes that I talked about in previous vids. It's made to keep them neutral. Okay, neutral. When you start getting joints out of whack and they're not neutral anymore, that's when you start hurting yourself. You cannot be consistent whatsoever. So everything's got to be neutral, and the main thing that's got to be neutral is your spine. Okay, the spine does not twist. Okay, the spine, just like I'm standing right here, that's relaxed. Okay, that's exactly what I want in my golf setup and my golf motion. I want it like this. I don't want it to be cocked over here like this and all this other crap. Okay, it needs to be neutral. Now, your body moves in a circle. If you just move your body this way or move it this way, everything stays in balance. Everything stays on top of one another and is supported from the ground up. You can't hurt yourself. Okay, there's no way to hurt yourself. All right, so that's the whole premise with vertical balance golf. Now the setup, you've got to understand what your shoulders are. That ain't my shoulder. That ain't my shoulder. Okay, you got to get the shoulders, which is what is called the lower arms. You got to get them away from your body. They cannot be locked against your body. Okay, a lot of people call that connected. That's not connected. Being connected is to have both sides, both your shoulders off your rib cage. Okay, and so you got to figure out how to get those shoulders off your rib cage, because you got to get them off going back, and you got to get them off going that way as you hit the ball. All right, so get those shoulders off your rib cage. Once you do that, now it's ready for the setup. I got my grip. I kind of reach out here like this and make darn sure that my shoulders are off my rib cage, and I just go to the ball, and I will set the club right behind the ball. All right, where's the ball position? With all my irons, my ball position is about that far from the center of me. Okay, that's my ball position with all my irons. All right, so I will come in here and I will set my club down behind that ball, and I will make a slight move this way, but everything comes with it. My hands, the shaft, and everything, I'll come this way. I won't go this way. I just lean into my left side a little bit. Now that puts my hands just a little bit ahead of the ball at that point. Okay, and what I do from here, when I make this move, I'm in stabilization. I call it stabilization. What I mean by that, when I go into stabilization, I don't want to be moving from my belly button down in the golf motion whatsoever. Oh, it'll move a little bit, but you don't want to move it a lot. You don't want to be loading this back side up like we've been told all along, okay? Because when you move that back side, when you move to load this back side, you move everything the wrong way. You get out of balance. another thing that you can think of once you get stabilized, okay, what's going to happen is you're going to fold the club up, all right, fold it up, and your tailbone, watch my tailbone, okay, my tailbone's right here. I'm going to stabilize it, and when I fold up, it goes to what we call a corner over here, okay? That's the motion. Now, if you do this, if you come in here and you want to load your right side, you watch my tailbone now. My tailbone does this. I'm gonna stabilize, okay? And I'm gonna try to put weight on my right side and load it up like I tell us, okay? Now look what's happening. Your tailbone moves this way. And what's at the top of your tailbone? Your head. So everything moves that way. Now you got to put it back, okay? So we don't want to have to put anything back. We want everything neutral. When you got to put things back, you're out of neutral. So basically you just come in here, set up, okay? And you go to stabilization by just putting a little bit more weight or pressure on your left foot or your lead foot. And then from there, it's just a fold, unfold. That's all it is. Now, feet position. The ankles, to me, are the key to a great stabilization of everything else, okay? Your feet do not flare out. They don't flare out at all. None of them. They don't go this way, they don't go this way, da 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 da, all right? They just don't do that. You gotta have them pointed straight at that target line or parallel with that target line or perpendicular, however you wanna think about it. But keep those toes pointed that way, okay? Don't flare your feet out, because when you do, then you start moving all these other joints and all these other planes, and then that's gonna put pressure on your motion. Once you put pressure on your motion, then you're going to start hurting those parts that you're putting pressure on, all right? So the ankles have very, very little motion in them. They'll turn a little bit, and that's about it. And that's what we're looking for a firm foundation, okay? The wrist, a lot of people want to, this is another one that a lot of people don't get right. And if you get this right, if you understand it, your wrists work like this, guys. They work like that, period. They don't work like this. They don't work up. They don't work this way. And they sure the hell don't work this way. That's not neutral. This is neutral. I don't have any strain whatsoever on my wrist. If I do that, I got strain on the back side of my wrist. If I do this, I got strain on the inside of my wrist. Top side, bottom side. See what I'm saying? This is neutral. And you got to think about what is neutral to all these planes and all these joints. Once you figure out what neutral is, then you'll be able to play golf at about 15 or 10% effort, okay? Because it's not going to take much effort to do what you really want to do, and that's to move that club as fast as you can back to the ball and be in balance, okay? What's something else to be aware of? Like I said, there's not that much, guys. It's pretty simple. And like I said, we've answered all the questions before I did this video. All the answers are in those videos, each and every one of them. It'll show you how to fold and unfold. You got to get that right. The fold is simply, you know, taking the club away. I used to roll it away like this and all kind of crap. The fold is simply this. You just fold your arm up like that, okay? You'll have your, this side of your arm will be looking towards the camera, okay? And all that good stuff, and that's a fold. That's all there is to the fold. Just fold it up. Coming back to the when the unfold happens when when this wrist right here is neutral, and if I'm a right-hander, which I am, the wrist is going to do this. It will, and it's traveling in a circle, okay? It's traveling down, back into the ball, and then when it gets to the bottom, it'll straighten up, and that's where you get that pow-pow at, okay? You get a big pow-pow by doing that. If you come back into the ball after you fold it like this, you're just dead. You're throwing the club over the top and everything else, okay? So the move is like this, from the back, okay? Fold, unfold. That's slow motion, so maybe that'll help you. Let's see, what else? That's important. Well, everything we've covered is important, but the things that we're covering right now for you newbies, this will get you started, okay? It'll help you with your address position. It'll get you thinking about, you know, what are my joints doing? Where do I need to put them? Et cetera, okay? Because let's take the chest or the spine. You know, if you start doing all this stuff, you know, tilting away and tilting, coming back to the ball and all that crap, you're gonna hurt yourself. I don't care what anybody says. Okay? You've got to keep it neutral. Okay? It's neutral. Set, move, that's neutral. That's neutral. This is not, I can't even do the other one now. Let's see. That's not neutral. Okay? That's totally not neutral. So what'll happen is on your takeaway, your spine is going to move like this, about like that. That's about it. That's all the movement there is. Okay, and you're going to be folding when you're doing this. You're over on your lead side, and you just move like this. Everything stays level. Everything. Nothing is not unlevel. Okay, it's all level. The takeaway. You see, everything's level. Everything's neutral. Everything from my belly button down on my takeaway, I'll go into my stabilization, and now I'm thinking stillness. What I mean by stillness, everything from my belly button down, I'm just going to keep there. That's all I'm going to do. Yeah, you'll move a little bit back down here, but it's not very much. It's very minimal. It's not like this. If you're doing that, you're just dead. You're just doing what everybody else does. That never gets any better. You will get better doing this golf method, period. Okay? You'll hit the ball like you never hit it before. It will not hurt your body, and you will start enjoying the game of golf. So that's the main thing with vertical balanced golf. All right. Now, I hope that helped. I hope that kind of gets your curiosity going, where you will do the work necessary by going back and looking at some of these vids, and they are in detail, and then you'll understand 100% of what I'm talking about. Okay. Talk to you guys later. Hope that helped. Number 100 done. Bye.